Hey boys and girls, we are back and it is Valentine's Day. It is the day after pre-release weekend. Hope you all had a good time. So I'll tell you a little bit about my pre-release weekend as we're going to go through openings, some Kamigawa Neon Dynasty set boosters. I like the set boosters better than the draft boosters. These are officially out as of this coming week, but you can pick them up at your local game store. Our local game store is Deuces Wild, and that is deuceswildgames.com. You can get stuff online. You can go down to the store. We're in a sleepy little town in Sholo in the White Mountains of Arizona. So we're going to get to cracking. Like I said, it's Valentine's Day, so it's a little late in the evening, but I spent my day working, and then I got to play some Magic with some friends. But that's what I like to do, so we're going to get this open. Let's see if we can get this slitting down the side. I guess I shouldn't really have sharp instruments myself. That looks pretty wicked, though. What do you guys think? Alrighty. And let's get this plastic off. So my last box was on fire. I really got some good cards. And for my pre-release weekend, I got to get a whole bunch of new cards, and they were a whole bunch of fun. So I played 4 different pre-release events. I'm having such a great time playing Magic, and the pre-releases are fun. I get to play with some of the different people, some of the same people. Either way, it's a blast. I haven't figured out where I'm throwing these boxes yet. I had a great pre-release weekend, though. We played Friday night. We played two events on Saturday. And then Sunday, we played an event. So I played my event on Friday. Was one of the first times I really got to look at these sets. So let me move these off to the side, and we'll start cracking as we're talking. And I did okay. I won my first match and then lost the second 2, but that was okay. Getting to know the cards. So that was fun. So let's see. So like I said in the last video, each of these has an art card on the front. So if you guys can see that. And then there's a land. In this case, it's not a very exciting land. But I don't know, that tree's sort of interesting. It's a little bit of a bonsai tree. And then we have the cards that are the alternate art cards. So there's a lot of commons. I'm collecting them, so I'm looking for the ones that are rare. Either way. So let's see. We'll get through these. We've already gone through a box. I'm going to try to just get them in some sort of order. And we'll get through these commons. So my games on Saturday, well, I had to work, and there was just so much going on at work. We have these sagas in here. These are fun too. Oh, Kama Fractured. I don't actually think I've seen this one. At the beginning of your end step, goad each creature your opponents control that's enchanted by an aura you control. Put a +1/+1 counter on Kama, the Fractured Calm, for each creature goaded this way. Well, that little symbol up there is a commander symbol, so it's different from the symbols we have here. So if you guys can see these symbols, that is the Kamigawa symbol, and then that's the commander symbol, and that's a mythic. So that's pretty cool. Obviously not a good card to play in the sealed packs. You don't want to be goading anybody. Oh, we got another rare coming up. The Reality Chip. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. As long as the reality chip is attached to a creature, you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Well, that's really cool. I haven't had a chance to see that during pre-release weekend, so that looks a lot of fun. Alrighty. Oh, another rare. Well, goodness gracious, that's a lot of rares. Invoke Calamity. You may cast up to 2 instant and or sorcery spells with totem mana value 6 or less from your graveyard and or hand without paying the mana cost. If those spells would be put into your graveyard, exile them instead. Oh, and another rare. That's like a 4 rare pack, dude. That is crazy. And, well, 1 mythic and 3 rares, but that is crazy. March of Otherworldly Light. That's a great pack to start us out with. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of white cards from your hand. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. Exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment with mana value X or less. And then we've got samurai tokens. I have a lot of samurai tokens. So in any event, so there I was playing Saturday, and I had a terrible work morning. It was just got crazy. Obviously HIPAA stuff, I can't share specifics, but it just got a little crazier than I expected. Oh, there's a pretty foil land. And I was late getting to my pre-release event. There's a couple of those showcase cards. That's the word I was looking for. It's late at night, so I'm a little tired. But I was late getting to the pre-release event, and I was just flustered. It was ridiculous that I just couldn't keep my head on. So I found this card, and we may be opening it in this opening today. And I found this card, and it was great. And it was a casting for a blue and red and white and 1. And it made your opponent's spells cost 1 more for each spell it targeted, and your spells cost 1 less. And it just looked like so much fun. And I basically was building my deck around it. And, oh, there we go. Myojin of Towering Might. Enters the battlefield with an indestructible counter on it if you cast it from your hand. So there you go. And then you can remove that and distribute 8 +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures you control. They gain trample till end of turn. Cool. See, this is why I like set boosters. We're getting another rare here. So this is at least a double rare pack. Shigeki Jukai Visionary. There you go. All right, and then a foil, Wander's Intervention. Oh, and there's a list card. Our first list card, Stonehaven Pilgrim. Looks like an uncommon. I don't know the value of these off the top of my head. I'll be checking on them later. So in any event, so I'm building this deck, and I'm building blue and red and white, and I'm all excited about it, and I get my ass kicked in a big way. Sorry for but I just get destroyed. And so my friend there is going to help me look at this deck to see what the heck I did wrong, or, you know, if there's, because I put in more than 40 cards and I needed to cut it down. And we look at it, and he's like, well, this is the only blue card in the deck. And I'm like, what do you mean? Well, turns out that I may have thought I was building a blue, red, and white deck, but I was really I ended up building a black, red, and white deck and totally left out the blue. I was just so flustered. So we actually ended up rebuilding the deck, and it worked a little bit better. So, oh, I'm seeing a full art card back there. It is a rare legendary land. These are beautiful. I really like the lands in this set. There's a legendary land, but the legendary lands are going to keep their value. All right, and like I said, we've got I'm going to run out of room here. Let's see how we can fix this. Move stuff around. All right. March of Otherworldly Light. And then we have a vehicle. And nothing. There we go. That's an ad. So in any event, I really thought I was building around this card, and turns out I didn't even have any blue mana. I didn't even have anything other than this one card. And I'll point it out to you because it looked like a really fun card, but I obviously didn't build the deck around it, and it was just a mess. So the evening, we just had a few of us showing up. And then Sunday, I met with everybody to play our last one. And of course, it's Super Bowl Sunday, so how many people are really showing up? Look at those sagas. All right. Oh, we have a mythic. What do we have? The Kami War. All right. Well, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Return up to one other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Then each opponent discards a card and then exile it and turn it into a 6/6. Ooh, a 6/6 Dragon Spirit. I have not seen this one yet. And it's all colors, flying, trample, and whenever it attacks, defending player chooses a non-land card in your graveyard, return that card to your hand, and it gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the mana value of that card. Ooh, I need this for my dragon deck. So, speaking of dragon decks, so by Sunday, I was just, I'd gotten to know the cards, and it was a lot of fun. And I ended up just wanting to see what was in the box that I got. And it turns out that it was just one of these boxes. It looked like it was just going to be, it lent itself to 5 colors. Ooh, look at that land. Beautiful swamp. I'm loving these arts. So it lent itself to 5 colors, and I have not played a 5-color deck in this format because it just seems crazy, the mana fixing and everything. But I had plenty of mana fixing, and it just seemed like it was going to lend itself to 5 colors. So I built this 5-color deck. I didn't think it was going to do much, but I decided to try it, and it kicked butt. I mean, it just did so well. Well, there we go. Brilliant Restoration. This card did really well for one of my friends. So we're going to move some of this. And we're going to put our list card, I think. I don't know, my pile's there. All right, my list card, some lands, because we're going to run out of space here for some of these. So this deck just did so well, and it was 5-color madness. It was crazy. And but it was really enjoyable. So I decided I'm going to build a deck and I'll show you some of the cards that if we pull them in this opening, I'll show you some of the cards that I used. And it really, really did quite well. So I'm going to finish that and build a 60-card deck. And I'm hoping that I can find some people to play that with. I suppose I could make it into a commander deck. I'm much more familiar with the commander format. It's what I started with, but I would like to learn a lot more of the other things. Let's get through these a little faster. Through the commons, there's some uncommons. And so how did you guys all do? Did you go to... Oh, this one was pretty good. It allowed me to return some of my creatures to from the battlefield, from the graveyard to the battlefield. So did you guys go to pre-release? Oh, we got another mythic, folks. This is like our 3rd mythic so far, and we've only opened a few of these. Ooh, check this out. It's the Planeswalker, Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh. Excuse me. The first activated ability of an artifact you activate each turn costs 2 less to activate. And then you draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards is its +1. Unless you discard an artifact. And then its -2 is target artifact becomes an artifact creature if it isn't a vehicle. It has base power and toughness 4/4, and you get an emblem for its -6 that whenever an artifact you control becomes tapped, draw a card. Pretty cool. That's our 3rd mythic so far. That is fantastic. And some of those mythics have value. I know the prices on some things are going to tank, and that's okay. Some are going to go up, some are going to go down. You just never know. It depends upon the playability. I was just really surprised at how well my deck did. So I'd like to hear about your decks and some of the cards that you found that you played for pre-release weekend. If you played for pre-release weekend, if you have a card shop near you that likes to do that kind of stuff. I just really enjoyed mine. We have a core set of players that will come in. All right, so the Saga comes right before our rare. There we go, there's a rare. And let's see. All right, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. Iganjo's Uprising. Iganjo's Uprising. Creating samurais. So you can create X/2/1 white samurai creatures with vigilance. They gain menace and haste until end of turn. Each opponent creates X-1 2/2 white samurai creature tokens with vigilance. Well, that's interesting. You're giving your opponents these tokens as well. And I guess it gives them an ability to get rid of some of them. We'll have to see how well that card works. So, but I do love the art. I love the showcase arts that we're getting. Here's one of those mini games. I'm not a big mini game fan, I have to say. So that's to me, that's just more advertising. But I mean, some people like them. So to each their own. I don't want to take that away from you if it's one of your things. Look at the colors on this. This is just one of the art cards. But those colors are fantastic. And then we got another one of those beautiful lands. And that's an uncommon. I'm actually not sure that I have that one yet. So that's pretty cool. And again, we're getting these. So there's a lot of cards in these boxes. Hopefully you've had a chance to see them and play with them. Oh, guess I'm jumping the gun. It looks like we're going to have a double rare pack again. Scrap Welder for our first rare, and then one of these Sagas is going to be our second rare in foil this time. Oh, Endless Worm, and that's the symbol. This is our list card, and that is the symbol for, I think it's Urza's Destiny. It's one of the Urza tracks that came up in the older sets, and I don't remember. I think it's Urza's Destiny. If I'm wrong, well, you know, I'm not perfect, but it's a rare, so that's cool. We'll see what that's, I don't know what the value is, but that is super cool. I love the older sets. I don't know how you guys feel about those. The cards in them get super expensive. I have a friend who just got back into Magic, and suddenly he's collecting every expensive card out there. But those cards, they are just super, on some of those older sets are just super expensive. So outside of my price range, I can tell you guys that. But I really do enjoy them. And I've got some older boxes I do eventually want to open as soon as I've gotten, things going. Maybe maybe if I hit a milestone of subs, we'll open some of that. Well, that's interesting that that land is out of place. Usually the land is in the front. Now it's right before the rare. So there we go. And then we have Biting Palm Ninja. So ninjutsu is a big thing in this set, and I was seeing a lot of it during pre-release weekend. And there's our rare, a snake ninja with death touch. And there is a list card. This is from Adventures of the Forgotten Realms. I don't know. I find it weird that these list cards almost seems like they should be a bit of magic history, and yet to have it from just the previous set seems weird to me. Where we could just go and buy these off the table, you know, from our LGS. We can just buy these sets still. I would rather the list cards be something that I can't get normally. But that's my opinion. And I'm relatively new in this, so my opinion doesn't count for a whole lot. But I have one anyway, so that's just my thought process. You can tell me what you think. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful artwork. That's the Junji, the Midnight Sky. That is gorgeous. I love that. I love the artwork. This really pops. I know the art cards aren't worth a whole lot. This is a foil. Now, I will have to take a look at some of the other cards because that looks, I mean, unless they're trying to simulate rain, that looks like a printing error. I don't know. I haven't seen enough of the foils yet, but can you see the way it looks like there's scratches all the way down? So I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it does look like there's scratches all the way down on that. You see that? Bring it a little closer to the camera. I don't know. Let's see if I have the regular artwork in here. Yeah, I'll have to, but maybe it's just the foil. Maybe it's supposed to be simulating rain. I don't know, but I'm not sure if it's damaged. We'll have to take a look at that. All right, and then our showcase and rares. I don't want to make this too long a video, basically, because I have to go back to work tomorrow morning. And there's a lot of work that has to get done. All right, here is Era of Enlightenment. It's our saga. And then we have a rare. And it's Invoke the Winds. Gain control of target artifact or creature, untap it. Now, the funny thing about that is some of these cards you'll gain control and then you'll have to give it back at the end of the turn. This one is a permanent control. Now, it is 4 blue and 1, so it's a big casting cost. You really have to be playing something where you've got a lot of blue mana. But having more control of a creature for there's no end point on that is interesting. All right, and then our foil, and then here's another list card, Umbral Mantle. I'm not sure what set that's from, but I will be looking that up. It's pretty interesting, and it looks like it may be an uncommon, so I'm not as familiar with some of these sets in between. So I've been playing Magic since about April, which makes it, I'm not quite at my 1 year mark. So obviously I'm not any sort of expert, but I've done a lot of reading, a lot of playing. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a great time. It gives me something to do. Keeps my mind active. We've got something picking up there, something shiny. I don't know, my hands are not really working well this evening trying to separate these cards out. But there is our saga. And all of these sagas flip. Oh, did you guys see that? I'm sure you did. all these sagas flip. Well, there is the most expensive card in the pack. Now, this one isn't foil, but it's the sort of I want to call it the bonsai land. It is the most expensive card in the pack currently, as far as I'm aware. Ooh, and then we have Kodayo, the Soul of Kamigawa, in its showcase version. Now, this is the card that I was playing. So let's see, I don't want to knock the camera over. So this is the card I was playing on Friday night. And if you can see, I don't know if you can see the symbols. There we go. It's every color. So there's every color down there. So you pay 3 and a white to cast it, and then it's every color. So you can play every color with it. I'm really tempted to make it my commander, and I love this treatment, this showcase treatment, and I got one in foil. That's almost telling me that I have to build this deck, because now I have this card, and it was just working out so well for me. So I don't know. That's my thought process. I'm really enjoying it. So I found the rest of the dragons to go in the deck. Lots of dragons. I found in my pre-release kit, I had that dragon as well as 2 of the others. And I had a whole bunch of other synergizing cards and a lot of mana fixings. So I was really able... So this is one of the mana fixers that was in there. So I was able to pull basic lands. I had 2 of these, so that worked out really well. And then Network Terminal, I had at least 1 of those in the deck. So again, a lot of mana fixing. And I had the extra dragons, and I'll point out some of the other cards as we come across them. All right, so we have this Myojin of Grin Betrayal. And then another rare, double rare pack, Tatsunari. I'm going to have to be moving these up a little bit, I think. This is another second rare. And then there we go. Our foil. Oh, and another list card. So Emissary of Sunrise. I don't know if this has a value. Some of the list cards are worth a lot. Some are worth bupkis. So we'll put that aside. I do like getting some of the older cards, though. I think that's a lot of fun. And I'm getting to know them. My friends in the shop really are great teachers. They are willing to help me out learning all of the stuff that I need to learn for playing the game. And I tell my my patients a lot of the time, I say, because I tell them I play Magic, because I think it's a good thing for kids to get into, because it's good, clean fun, although sometimes it's an expense. There's our rare Ryu Storm's Edge. That's an interesting... It's got first strike, and there's our foil. But I tell them all about Magic. Well, there's a Human Monk token. Okay. And I guess I lost my train of thought with that story. Oh, I tell them, I remember now. I tell them there's another one of those mini games. I tell them that it's an easy game to learn. Check out that tree, dude. Excellent. I tell them it's an easy game to learn, but a hard game to master. So you get the basics of the rules pretty quickly, but after that, there's so many rules that, the whole stack thing that I'm not as familiar with, to try to learn that becomes challenging. But it was fun, and it's been fun. So I learn a little more each day. Oh, there we go. There's another land in the middle of the pack. I love these lands, though. They are gorgeous. All right. Atsushi, the Blazing Sky. So this is the red dragon that was also in my pack. And it's got flying and trample. And when it dies, you can exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. Or you can create some treasures. So that's pretty cool. And our foil. And again, a mini game. So, all right, what else have we got here? We've still got a lot of packs to open, so I'm going to try to... Oh, there's one of those stamped cards. So it's got that little symbol on it. It's not really a signature card. I mean, I don't know. It sort of feels a little cheaty, but whatevs, you know. Maybe whoever decided, let's see, who was the artist that decided? Miguel Mercado. Maybe he just didn't want to give his signature. I don't know. Who knows? Some people sometimes might feel like they're too good for everything and don't want to do it, but I like to see the signature cards. So just the stamped ones don't seem as special. There's another land. Another saga. These sagas are crazy. All right, let's see if we can pull that up. Oh, a rare Satoru Umizawa. So we got it's a ninja. Whenever you activate a ninjutsu ability, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. This ability only triggers once. Okay. Jukai Naturalist. I think I had one of these in the deck, but I never saw it. So it's a pretty cool card, though. I like the lifelink. And there we have a construct token. I don't know. I'm all over the place picking out these packs. So they are so much fun. I was really jonesing to open them, which meant that I really needed to video. But I was also like so tired. It's been a long, long week. And then a weekend of playing Magic, which it's still tiring when you're there all day. Bamboo Grove Archer. This was really good because it's Defender and Reach. It really helped with any flyers. Uncharted Haven. There's a lot of lands in this cycle. So I have a friend that collects the lands, and I'm just trying to separate some out for him. So there's another saga. Very nice. And then, a rare saga. This is Teachings of the Kirin. Mill 3 cards. Create a spirit, colorless spirit. So the funny thing is these tokens, these spirits, they don't fly. Whoever thought of a spirit who didn't fly? Don't spirits always have to fly? I don't know. It's just a thought. In any event, it turns into a snake monk. There you go. And then our foil. There's a lot of sagas. Oh, and this is a second rare list card. Gutter Grime. I recognize that symbol. It's not off the top of my head. So that's pretty cool. So that's our second rare. I want to say that we're generally expecting 2 rare list cards. So, and then we've got our land and our showcase card, and then any one of a number of commons, a couple of uncommons, and Ruthless Technomancer. Double rare. The reality chip. Now that we have that in the showcase as well in this box. So that's pretty cool. I really do like the showcase. Ooh, that is beautiful art. I don't know how well you guys can see this online. It's in person. It is gorgeous. The colors just pop. There's like yellow, green, blue. I don't know. It's sort of a rainbow of colors. The colors, I just love the colors. And the foils are exquisite. They just are so much fun to look at. So, it's Valentine's Day. How did you guys spend your Valentine? Yeah. Do you have a special person you're hanging out with? You know, wife, girlfriend, husband, boyfriend. Or just, oh, check those colors out. Or are you just hanging out by yourself? I do not have a significant other at this point in my life. And, you know, for right now, that's the way things go. And I'm okay with it. If somebody comes out who I get along with, that's great. But right now, I don't have to be dealing with that. So, Goro, disciple of Ryusi. There we go. Say that 3 times fast. So, like I said, I don't have anybody special in my life currently, which is just fine. But if you do, that's great too. My staff got me some Valentine's candy, and oh God, look at those colors. That is fantastic. I just love those colors. So they got me some Valentine's candy at work, and I'm like, dudes, I'm just trying to diet here. So, but I can't help the fact that I'm also a sugar addict. So, sugar, magic cards, they're all addictions. But at least this one won't make me fat. So there we go. There's our rare Myojin Cryptic Dreams. That's the indestructible counter if you cast it from your hand. A second rare Reckoner Bankbuster. It's a 4/4 vehicle. And then there's our foil. And a spirit token that does not fly. It doesn't fly. All right. Well, I think we probably still have about a third of a box, give or take, to go. I know I'm not as fast with these. I'm just really enjoying them. I'm enjoying the colors that just pop so much. This virus beetle is pretty fun. When it enters the battlefield, your opponents have to discard cards. So they've got those cards in their hand. There's something they don't want to discard. Turtle. What is magic's that turtles and frogs? What's that about? I don't know. Is magic all, you know, is there somebody there that really likes amphibians? There we go. Another saga. And another saga. And then, oh, a rare mirror box. This is interesting. The legend rule doesn't apply to permanents you control. Each legendary creature you control gets +1/+1. Each non-token creature you control gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control with the same name as that creature. Pretty cool. And then our foil, and there is another list card, this time from M10, Undead Slayer. So, there we go. So, what did you guys do for Valentine's Day? Any special plans? Did you guys go out to dinner? Did you go stay in for dinner? Did you buy your special person anything fun? Keep it clean, please, PG, but any flowers or candy or magic cards? Maybe your special someone's into magic and would love some magic cards. All right, there's our saga and our, ooh, we got another mythic, boys and girls. Spirit Sister's Call. It's an enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, choose a target permanent card in your graveyard. You may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with the chosen card. If you do, return the chosen card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and it gains, if this permanent would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. Well, that's good graveyard retrieval. I'm not sure if it should have mythic status or not, but hey, we haven't tried it yet. And there's another one of those mini games. So, all right, let's see. What else do we have? All right. So far, we've only gotten one of those stamped signed cards. I don't know if those are things that you guys like to collect, or they probably have no real value. Although I was quite fascinated by the Soren from the last set, and his art card itself was worth, the alternate art card was worth $75. It was ridiculous. And Thousand-Faced Shadow. It's another ninjutsu. And Invoke Justice. Now this card really caused some havoc at one of our pre-release games. One of the guys that was playing this just wiped the board with everybody. So return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then distribute 4+1/+1 counters among any number of creatures and or vehicles you control. So maybe it wasn't this one. Maybe it was the other one that was like also a bunch of white. So there we go. And then a pilot. Those are interesting, those pilots. All right. I mean, look at the art on these art cards, though. Doesn't it just pop? I don't know. Maybe I'm just easily impressed. But I'm really enjoying the art on these cards. So here's a good one. Let's see. Let's not mess up my piles. This one is a Iron Apprentice. It's a 1-drop. It comes in with a 1/1 counter on it, and when it dies, it puts its 1/1 counter on something else. So this is great. You just bring it in, you use it to block, you move the counter, you bring it back with, there's a card that I was using to bring it back, and then you put another counter on it, and it was just this cycle. It was fantastic. I just kept getting these 1/1 counters. So here's another one. Equipment Monkey. Like, monkey? I know we had the monkey last time, or during, was that Modern Horizons 2, right? And I get it, but, you know, turtles, frogs, monkeys. So I think there's also a rabbit in this set. It's just interesting creatures that we're doing things with. You know, I get the spiders, I do, but, you know, we get a lot. And, oh, this one's an octopus, acquisition octopus. So I don't know. We're just some weird creature types. All right. We've got a rare, and it's a saga. Oh, this is the one with the rat tokens. You give your opponents rats, and then you get them all back when you turn your when you turn your saga into a creature, where you take control of all the rats you gave your opponents. So that's pretty cool. I had somebody play that against me before I knew what it did. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm getting rats. That's fantastic. You know, I'm getting a creature. I knew better. I should have known better. I knew there was a catch. You don't give away rats for nothing. Not in a 2-person game. Maybe you do it in a commander game where you're trying to make friends. But in a 2-person game, there's no reason to give somebody rats unless there's a catch. So now we know what the catch is. Right? You got to give them all back. So you get to keep them for a couple of turns, and then you got to give them all back. All right. Silver Fur Master. So that's more rats. There's rats and foxes. All kinds of interesting creatures. Lots of samurai in this set. And like I said, the sagas, there's a saga in every one. So this is a rare. So this is the card that I was trying to build around on Friday night. Or was that Saturday? Saturday afternoon. And it's that Hinata Dawn Crowned. And I was like, this is fantastic. But then if you look at it, it doesn't cost your opponent for all their spells, just spells that target things. So it's actually not as good as you'd think it is. It also doesn't cost your opponents more to activate activated abilities. Somebody tried to tell me that it did, but it doesn't. So I like the card. Ooh, look at that. That is beautiful. Invoke Despair. Get the purples on that. That pop a lot. Excellent. So there we go. A double rare pack. And then, ooh, a Kiki Jiki. I didn't know Kiki Jiki was one of the list cards. That is cool. Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker. And that is from one of the older Kamigawa sets. That is gorgeous. All right, I know that's got some value. I don't know the value of these cards, and I haven't quite figured out the editing system to be able to put them in afterwards, even if I had the energy right now, which things at the office are just crazy busy, so hard to be able to, you know, I've got a day job. That's what they tell me. I've got a day job. I do a couple of other things, and the other things I do, and if I don't get them done in time, I tell people, well, that's not my day job. So, do you have a day job that doesn't allow you to just play Magic whenever you want? So, all right, let's see. It's a rare Farewell. So, you can choose one or more. I don't know what the value is on this. I mean, it's got a high casting cost, 4 and 2 white, but you can choose one or more of exiling all artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or graveyards, which is just, I don't know, that definitely would have some value. It can be a real board wipe, and then you can't, especially if people have graveyard recursion, they can't get stuff back. Oh, there's another mythic and a foil one. Gosh, sometimes I think I'm going too fast. And let's see what's under that. So this is Owl, the Dawn Sky. It's a mythic. It's got flying and vigilance. And when it dies, draw one or choose one. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put any number of non-land permanent cards with total money value 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Or put 2 +1/+1 counters on each permanent you control that's a creature or vehicle. That is gorgeous. That's going to go in the deck that I built. Because I had all the dragons. I don't think I have that one yet. I had but the black one, and the black one I found in another pre-release pack I opened last night. So I will have a lovely 60-card deck if I can get somebody to play with a 60-card deck. I think some of the guys at the shop will be interested. All right. Let's see if this works a little easier. There's our saga. Some of these sagas are really crazy. Oh, and there we have a rare. Muotaki Soul Ripper. And there's our foil. And one of these cards. You can use these cards for all kinds of things. You can use them as placeholders. You can use them for your flip cards. So I save them. I don't, I've got a few friends who play that don't sleeve their cards when they play Friday Night Magic when they're drafting, and they like to use those for any of the flip cards that come in a set. So I keep them around. Also for anything that's super pricey that they don't want to risk getting damaged. Looks like that's going to be a extended art. Will it? Will it? Ooh, I don't know. It's a mythic. Ooh, the Wandering Emperor. There you go. Another value card. That is beautiful. That looks like an alternate art. And just gorgeous. Look at those colors. It is not foil. I'm looking forward to seeing these in foil. I can't wait to open some collector's boxes. That's the next on my list. This is one where it has flash, and as long as it entered the battlefield this turn, you may activate the loyalty abilities anytime you can cast an instant. And her -2 is exile target tapped creature, and you gain 2 life. So you can do that right away, pretty much, if you know your opponent's got something up their sleeve. This is a gorgeous card. All right, and then we have a legendary land. This is the black legendary land. Actually, don't think I've seen this one yet. So we've got a legendary land in each color. And let's see, I guess we'll put that in the lands pile. And then we have our foil and another one of these lovely placeholder cards. All right, 3 more packs to go, guys. So it's probably been a longer video than I was anticipating, and certainly my energy level may not be as high as it can be. But at this point, it's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm just all over the place. I got work in the morning, and well, before I go to work, I got to milk goats, because that's a chore that has to be done every day. I milk my goats just in the morning right now, but when they have babies come April, well, end of March, there's our, oh, another mythic. This is like the, I don't know, this is like the 6th mythic in a row in this box so far. Okay, and it's another commander mythic, Go Shintai of Life's Origin. This card is worth a pretty penny, actually. This card is, I want to say it's worth $40 or more, $40 or $50, somewhere in that ballpark. And it is, again, it's all colors. So it looks green. I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks green. And then you can see all the colors there. Return target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield for all of the colors. And when this or another non-token shrine enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 colorless shrine enchantment. So I know that that's got some value behind it. We've gotten a lot of mythics. This box is on fire, I'm telling you. All right, Ogre Helm, Head Helm, that's a rare. And then we've got this gorgeous foil showcase and a non-flying spirit. But it's got menace. It doesn't fly, but it's got menace. All right, 2 more packs to go. So I know I'm sort of mixing and matching on this channel right now. I don't know if it's the right way to go about doing things. I don't know if you guys like the goat videos and the magic videos. But for right now, that's what we're doing. We may split it up at some point. But I do a lot of goat stuff as well. And I will be milking goats in the morning, and then I make cheese and all kinds of fun stuff. And it's just part of the farm life. All right, I've seen a couple of these today, these sagas. All right, we know what's, so we're going to rare, the restoration of Iganjo. So this is, it's an okay enchantment. I used this at some point over the weekend. And then our foil. And for those of you who want to see it, you can always pause the video to read the magic mini game. And our last pack, guys, I know it's been a long video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I really enjoy opening cards, and we're also going to put some games on, and all things magic. And then we're going to throw some goat videos and other things that we do on the farm, like making cheese and making soap. So let me know what you're interested in. If you think we should be splitting up the channel and just doing goat videos on a goat channel. Our last rare. So Satsuki, the Living Lore. and then our foil and a samurai token. So you guys let me know if you want to do goat videos as well as magic videos. Let me know what you did with your Valentine's Day, and let me know how pre-release weekend went for you. Until next time, enjoy. Remember, magic is fun, and while drugs would be cheaper, they're never going to get you pulled over and arrested. So enjoy, and leave a like and a comment. I did change that so that you can leave comments the way YouTube has things set up. So just have fun. Thanks for watching.